Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today I'm going to be doing a review for you guys. I am going to be reviewing Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. This is the first book in the Song of the Ice and Fire series, and it is also a TV show. And I have finished this and read it and loved it, and I want to talk about it with you guys. So this book follows a handful, maybe two handfuls of characters, and they live in this world where they live in this world with this kingdom, and there are just, it's really hard to explain. I'm gonna read the back because it will explain it more than I ever could. Summer spans decades, winter can last a lifetime, and the struggle for the Iron Throne has begun. From the fertile south where heat breeds conspiracy to the vast and savage eastern lands all the way to the frozen north, kings and queens, knights and renegades, liars, lords, and honest men will all play the Game of Thrones. So basically, that's what it's about. It's about this empire and about the people who want to sit on the throne. And like I said, we follow a handful of characters. I'm sure you've either read this or watched the TV show, but I just really, want to talk about it. So let's talk a little bit about the characters. Since there are a lot of characters, I'm not going to go into every single one of their names or how I felt about every single POV, but I did love the characters overall. There were a few POVs where it was a bit slower than others. Bran. And others where I really just enjoyed them all the way through and could not wait to get back to them. So yeah, I loved most of the characters in this novel, and I loved seeing the world from so many different perspectives. It definitely painted a beautiful picture for me, and it moved the story so much quicker, and it was just really great. The characters in this novel are basically the driving force of it, so that was really cool. Let's talk about world building. That did not lack because of the amount of characters or how focused the world was on the characters. Like I said, we got to see the world from so many different sides and so many different points of views, and we got to see so many different things. I'm pretty sure Lucy's got to go outside, but we're gonna try to make her hold it for just 2 more seconds. But yeah, so you know, we got to see so many different sides and so many different places in this world because of the characters, so that really was awesome, and like I said, painted a great picture of the world, and yeah, it was just really cool. I love the world. I'm already in love with it. Let's talk about the writing style. Now, the writing style in this book is really interesting. I will describe it as Patrick Rothfuss meets Brandon Sanderson, because the writing itself is very flowery. It's more of like a, you know, Old English type of writing. It's not necessarily Old English at all, but it's got that, you know, same feel and, you know, same influences, and it is extremely accessible. I didn't have one point in this novel where I had to put it down. I read this in 3 days. I was in love with it. I was reading it quickly. I was understanding everything that the author was trying to tell me, and I just, yeah, I think that there are a lot of ways he could hide things in the writing as well as show you what he wants, which is really cool in a Brandon Sanderson type of thing, and probably Pat Rothfuss does that too. But yeah, I just really like how accessible it is, and also just love the writing style because, yeah. Let's talk about plot. The plot of this story is fascinating. I really love the whole, you know, concept of fighting for the throne, and the politics and the sneakiness that goes into it is just really awesome. I'm a politic person. I love politics of any way, shape, or form. I love kingdoms and rebuilding kingdoms and, you know, rebuilding governments and all that kind of stuff. So if that's involved, if any type of politics or, you know, sneakiness is involved, I'm there loving it. So definitely this book was no exception. It had those things, and well, it didn't like have rebuilding kingdoms and governments and stuff, but it had lots of sneaky and politics and things like that, trying to figure out you know, who owns the throne and who doesn't and things. So yeah, I just really enjoyed that about this book. Probably my favorite part about the book was all of the politics. Yeah, I think that is pretty much all that I wanted to say on this. I will say that some downsides to this novel, which there isn't a lot that I could come up with. The first one being, it is long. It's a long book, and it reads really fast. So the combination of reading really fast and having a long book makes it seem like you're reading it really fast, but really you have like 500 pages to go. So that happened to me a lot, where I was like, oh my gosh, I just read, you know, or listen to a lot of the audiobook, I'm probably 200 pages further in, but nope, you were only like 50. Not really, but that's exaggerated. But still, I think that, you know, reading it and how fast it goes and how much content there is can be a little bit slow moving, which is really weird to say, but it's true. Another thing that I think others won't like is how many point of views there are, because you start to get sucked into one point of view and you immediately get switched to something else. So sometimes that can be an issue. I know from the beginning to the end of a chapter I was totally involved in the whole scene, and I definitely wanted to continue that scene, but I didn't feel like it took me a while to get into it, and you know, then all of a sudden we're changing, so I will give him that. But it is kind of hard with so many characters. You're like bouncing around and you really want to pay attention to one character, and then here comes another character and you're like, wait a second, I really want to pay attention to that character, and then here comes another character, and then the cycle starts all over again. So that can kind of be a little bit of an issue with this book, but other than that, I really think that anybody could read it. It's really good. I really enjoyed it, and I highly recommend it. And if you've not picked it up and you've watched the TV show, because I have watched the first season, and this follows it so closely, and I hadn't, you know, known exactly what was going to happen throughout the book. Nothing surprised me, nothing was different, but I still loved it. So I will recommend reading this if you want to, even though you've watched the TV show. I'm sure you're probably already caught up on the TV show, and I wasn't, so, because I knew I wanted to read the books, but just reading the first season, or just watching the first season and reading the first book has already been awesome. So I'm so excited to continue on with book 2, because I have no idea what's going to happen in book 2. No spoilers. But yeah, so I'm really, really excited. I have a new series, a new fantasy series. Alright guys, that is all that I have for this video. Let me know down below your thoughts on Game of Thrones, either the TV show or the first season. It doesn't, I mean the TV show or the book, it doesn't really matter, because like I said, they follow each other extremely closely. And yeah, but no spoilers for the rest, please. Don't spoil me for anything else. But yeah, I think that's all that I have. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Read more books.